So for example, when a factory puts in robots to do the work of many workers, or when stores buy software that tracks sales and inventory and they track the workers' time and all these big technological advances, they actually are a threat to the working class. They threaten our jobs, they threaten our livelihoods, right? They result in layoffs of workers, and they result in the speed up of the workers that remain on the jobs. But let's look on the other side. What if the means of production were owned collectively by the workers and run for the purposes of providing for human needs? Then these advances in technology would be a really liberating force for humanity. If robots could do the work, the things that were needed to produce for society, that means, and they were actually producing for society and not for profit, everyone could be relieved of, massive hours of labor, of backbreaking labor and repetitive jobs, Instead of working for 40 or 60 or, however many hours a week, everyone could work a greatly reduced schedule. They could have time for leisure, for advanced education, and for cultural activities. Human beings could spend their time putting their minds to solving the great challenges facing the global population, to not only raise the standard of living for everybody, but also to, rescue the planet from the environmental kind of destruction that the capitalists have wreaked on the entire planet. We can imagine that some of the most dangerous jobs, like digging for oil and gas or mining for coal, all these things could be eliminated by the true development of, for instance, renewable energy sources. These are just some of the possibilities that Marx and Engels predicted when they described a socialist future. We also believe that when the capitalist class is eliminated and class distinctions are a thing of the past, when there is no longer a struggle for the existence of the individual, the capitalist culture of racism, of divide and conquer, of promoting divisions by country, nationality, race, gender, and sexuality could be eliminated as well. Generalized want promotes divisions, and of course the capitalists use that to their advantage. When that want is eliminated, when nobody is in want of anything, when everybody has, the things that they need, it will be all the more clear that we don't need to fight amongst each other or allow ourselves to be divided into these kind of othering categories. Of course, promoting that kind of unity helps the struggle for socialism move forward, and that's why we do it. That's why the capitalists hate it so much. That's precisely why Marxism as an ideology, these ideas are precisely why Marxism as an ideology has persisted for more than 150 years and has been taken up by the workers and oppressed in every corner of the globe, literally wherever people struggle for their liberation. So that's my presentation. I just want to say that this discussion of 20th and 21st century socialism and what it means is something that we really want to take up in classes and have further discussions further discussions in the future. The education committee here at Workers World is really excited that we're having these discussions, and we hope that you all will join us for future presentations and classes. So thank you.